you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Wing it. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Peanut butter jelly. Why am I still singing this song? I just want to listen to it all day. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. All right, I'll stop. I could listen to that all day, though. I could. Why? It's a good thing. It's one of my favorite songs because I just play it and play it and play it. Now, who's here? Not very many people. I got one person here. Well, you might as well say hi. And I got some over on TikTok that's joining. I got some. If you don't know, if you're new to coming on my Wednesday mornings, first of all, I come on at 9, but I'm always a little late. That's what usually happens. I usually do a live stream, 9 my time. So that's 15 minutes ago. However long ago that was for you. It could be your central. You could be in a different country. I don't know. But 9 my time. I'm on the central time. Give or take about 5, 10, 15 minutes when I do come live. Because I'm usually late. It's usually not on the early side. It's usually on the later side, 5, 10, 15 minutes. But I also do a dual stream. I do a dual stream here on my TikToks and on YouTube. But something's going on with YouTube today. I feel like I might have to cancel because I got one person on, and I don't think the notifications are working. And on top of that, I was getting problems with YouTube earlier. It wouldn't let me go to my comments. So I think something's going on with YouTube today. Let me go and look if it even shows that I'm having a live stream. I don't even know. I see a lot of people joining over on TikTok though. So at least one of them working. At least my TikTok's working since I do my dual on the YouTube. Oh, it does show I'm live. Just nobody wants to come talk to me. That's what it is. Nobody on the YouTube wants to go and talk to me. That's all right. At least I have my people over there on TikTok who's not talking either. But let me make sure my chat's working too. If you come on my YouTube and want to say hi or anything, usually my comments are going. But what do we have to talk about today? Well, last week I talked about some of the new Umbrella Academy. Remember I talked about, and I had seen it early. I got the little screener. Oh, I know what I want to talk about today. Because yesterday, did y'all hear this? Disney announced that Mulan, who remember, back in March, before the pandemics hit and all of that, back in March, I went to see Mulan I went to the red carpet premiere. Hi, Norlac. Norlac's here, Mr. Carius. Where's everybody this morning? Oh, he just got here. Did it not give you, it didn't give Mr. Carius a note. Did it not give you a notification? Because I was like, nobody's coming. But YouTube has been messing up today, Mr. Carius. I couldn't see my comments earlier. Oh, it was a mess. It was messing up today. So I was like, maybe that's what's going on. And I was a little late. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Yesterday, Disney announced Mulan, which it's been consistently moved back because of the pandemic stuff. They first moved it back to like July. Then they moved it back again to like August. Like 3 times they moved it back. Finally, they came on. And then that was like a week or 2 weeks ago. A week or two ago, it came on and it was like, yeah, we're just taking it off the slate. They were like, it's going to be released to be announced, TBA. And I was like, well, what's that mean? Like, you're taking it off until what? The pandemic's over? We're not going to get to see Mulan. And I have already seen it. I'm one of the lucky few who have seen Mulan. I went to the red carpet premiere back in March. It was like the week I went to the red carpet premiere of Mulan. And like the next week is when the world really went crazy, right? The next week is like when we had all the shutdown orders and everybody locked up and everything was shut down. That was like a week after I came back. So I thought I just got made the cutoff, right? I saw Mulan a week before the world stopped. Well, I was like, well, I can't talk about it. I still can't give my reviews or talk about it that way because, well, it's still not coming out for what, another month. But that's the good thing. Yesterday, Disney announced that they're going to put it on Disney Plus. Oh, you just woke up. That's all right, Mr. Carius. But did you hear that announcement yesterday? Disney announced that they're going to have Mulan streaming on Disney Plus. But this is the catch, people. So you have to first have the Disney Plus streaming service, which is fine. Ain't no problems here. You know, I got me the Disney Plus streaming. Like, I had that since the day November came. And I was like, oh, for number one, I was like, I'm going to watch me some Mandalorian because I knew that's been the best thing that came on Disney Plus so far. In my opinion, the best thing that's come on Disney Plus so far is the Mandalorian. Talk about, did it get some awards too? I think it got a lot of, like, well, not awards, but nominations, right? Didn't it get some nominations? I think so. It should have, if it didn't. I mean, hello, you got the little baby Yodas that they were talking about all the time. So I was like, the baby Yoda, that he's like famous. That Mandalorian is where it's at. If you're not on Disney Plus, get it just for that. So I was like, well, I got the Disney Plus service. Mulan's coming out on it. But this was the catch. They were like, you have to have the Disney Plus, which is what, like $7 a month? Is that how much it is? I know when I got it, I pre-ordered it. So when I pre-ordered it, they gave us a little discount because I was at D23 last year. You know, the Disney's version of Comic-Con. And they announced a lot of the Disney Plus stuff last year at D23. And they let us pre-order it for a discount. So I'm not sure exactly how much it is. So hey, Tejas, what did Mr. Carey said? I never heard that it was going to Disney Plus, but my only question is, why did they just do that in the first place? I'll get to that in a minute, Mr. Carey. So yesterday, you might not, it happened last night. The news broke last night. What? Believe it or not, Baby Yoda actually has competition with the most unlikely person imaginable. Who? Don't say Trump. Let me get back to talking about Mulan real quick before I finish it up. So they announced last night that Mulan coming to Disney Plus, right? But you also have to, you first have to have the Disney Plus service, but then buy it on top of that. So it's not just going to stream on Disney Plus. Oh no, if y'all thought Mulan was just streaming on Disney Plus, you're wrong with that. You got to buy it. You have to have the Disney Plus service, and then you got to buy it on top of it. $30. I already seen it, and I'm going to still pay for it. That $30 to see it again, because I loved it that much. And I'm surprised. I knew I would like it. I mean, I like that kind of the culture, number one. I like, the Asian when they're fighting, and it kind of reminded me a mixture. The movie reminded me a mixture of like Memoirs of a Geisha. Remember that? When the girls they would train them to be the geishas and they're all like this, but it had it's mixed, kind of like Memoirs of a Geisha with like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Remember that? When they do all those crazy moves and fights and they jump and kind of hover in the air. It kind of reminded me a mixture of that. So I loved it. I will be paying the $30, but I was like, that's pricey, Disney. That is pricey. You got to have the streaming service, number one, on top, and then on top of it, pay it $30. Now, the price, $30 seems steep, but let me tell you, all these movies coming out. They had the Trolls movie, right? They had even, what was it? The Hunt. They had some other stuff. The Bloodshot. Remember all these new movies that couldn't make it to the theater only made it to the theater for like a week, and then everything closed, and then they put it right on the streaming that you had to rent. And this was for 48-hour rental of these movies, Bloodshot, Trolls, and all that. That was $20. And I'm still mad about Bloodshot because that was a horrible movie. I want my $20 back, Vin Diesel. Like, Bloodshot was terrible. I paid $20. I was like, I want my money back. That's terrible. So at least with the $30, number one, I know it's gonna be a good movie. Even if it's steep, I'm like, I know it's gonna be a good movie. Bloodshot, Bloodshot. That's what I keep complaining to. I'm like, I paid $20 for that mess, Bloodshot. I paid $20 to see the Trolls movie. But also, like, I even at that time, I was like, for 48 hours, I was like, I was mad. I was like, $20. Me and my daughter's the only one that wanted to see Trolls. That's like $10 each, you know. So I paid $20 for me and her when I could have went to movies on a $5 Tuesday and only paid $10 for each of us. So I was already with the money, but I was starting to become a little more comfortable. And I'm like, all right, you're right. Like if you're a family of four, $20, that's $5 each. So it'll be worth it and stuff. But now Disney is bumping it up that you got to have the streaming service and $30. I was like, that's so what if the streaming, I think it's around $7. The streaming service is a month. I think it's around $7. So that's $37. You better have a big family. and this is another thing. It's not a movie that kids are gonna love. It's not if you're like, oh, my kid loved the cartoon and this, it's more of an adult type movie. My kids will love it. They're teenagers, preteen. Like my daughter's 12, my son's gonna be 15 Monday. His birthday is Monday, so he's gonna be 15 then. They'll love it. But if you have like little kids, they're not gonna be interested in this movie. Mm-mm. It ain't nothing like the cartoon. I mean, they even told you that from the beginning. It didn't have the music. It don't have like the little cartoon. What is the Mushies? And it don't have any of that. But I still think it's great and worth it. And I'm gonna pay that $30 just to tell you. Right, wait, because Mr. Carius asked, I never heard of but my question is, why didn't they do it in the first place? Well, I think because they didn't know. I bet you Disney is still gonna lose a lot of money on this movie. I bet you. Because even releasing it on Disney Plus, having to pay the $7 plus another $30, right? Even having to pay all that, they're still going to lose money because they make their money like that first few weeks at the theaters. These movies make the most of their money at the theaters. Every time you go to the movie, and I'm telling you, I worked at a movie theater. I know the movie theaters, they hardly get anything from them. They like the movies, the ticket price you pay. Movie theaters ain't making money on that. Almost all that money goes to the studios. You know, that's why the movie theaters make their money on popcorn and soda. That's why that sucker's so expensive. That's why I'm sneaking in my snacks. I mean, I shouldn't, because I worked at the theater and I know that that's the only way they make their money is from the popcorn and soda. Pricing, it's more expensive than like a steak dinner, that popcorn and soda. But the studios make their money at the theater. So I think they didn't release it from the beginning is because they wanted to keep waiting until the pandemic, like maybe lightened up, theaters open back up, people are more comfortable going to theaters. And that's why they kept just extending it. Like, oh, well, another month. And I think they just realized like, ain't nothing getting better here. If anything, it's getting worse. And on top of it, we're about to like, a lot of places already have, but we're about to have schools starting and that all. I know where I'm at, numbers are going up, and they still plan in the open schools. Now we do get the option virtual or in school. I'll pick virtual. I ain't doing this in school stuff. Oh no. But I think they were trying to wait because theaters is where they're gonna make their money. And they were trying to just, we'll push it off. Maybe things will get better. Things will be good. It never did. And they don't know when it is. It ain't going to be this year. And it won't be next year if we still have the same president. But it ain't going to be this year. I'm going to tell you that. Now I'm getting fired up. Let me catch up. Where am I at? Oh, there's been a lot of questions and people in since I'm telling you, hardly nobody came for like 5 minutes. And I think it's because YouTube's having a problem. They wouldn't let me. YouTube is having some glitches this morning. I couldn't see my comments and all kind of stuff. So, hi, TJS, Mr. Carius. Believe it or not, yeah, I saw that. Alanya, hi, namaste. Tejas. Mumbai is on high alert. Heavy rainfall. Oh, I'm not getting. See, Tejas, but I think YouTube has a problem because usually people get the notifications, but not today. Oh, I'm coughing. Oh, I hope I don't have the Ronas. I haven't been anywhere. I know I can get it. But Greg's back at work and he works at a hospital, so I'm nervous about him bringing something home. Maybe I'm just not used to talking this much. All right. But yeah, so I think YouTube had a problem today because that's why I said I couldn't see my comments. I couldn't see none of that stuff over like YouTube. I couldn't comment back on things. So I know they had some glitches this morning. And I think it's interrupted my lot. That their glitches didn't send out notifications and it's interrupted my lives. Baby Pennywise, Mr. Carius. Baby Yoda, listen, Baby Yoda beats Baby Pennywise any day. Ain't no question about it. Baby Yoda's the... Now, I thought you might say, because the Umbrella Academy came out this weekend, which I told y'all should watch. Did y'all watch it? Did you love it? Let me know. But I thought it was gonna, they say the Baby Yoda, because then they got the little baby Pogo, the little monkey baby. And I was like, oh, that's good. Little baby Pogo might beat little Baby Yoda, but not Baby Pennywise. Is he scary looking too? I don't think I've even seen the Baby Pennywise. Oh, T just said there's a historical moment for India today. What is it? Oh, I need to know. T, just don't keep us in suspense. What are you doing? Did you see? No, what is that? Pravit? What is that? I didn't see it. Do you do live reactions? Emo Sucks wanted to know. I haven't. Because I know I've had friends who've done live reactions. And I'm not technical. I'm not a tech. Y'all lucky luck. I didn't even get fancy. I still got my little green. I think I'm fancy with my green screen back there that I can put my little stuff when I do my reactions now. If y'all notice, I have the little background. And that's just because of my green screen. I can add it. I think that's impressive. I'm like, look at me. I can doing these live reactions. You got to, right? Because you got to put somehow the live trailer right down there. Or is that how they do it? I've never even watched somebody do it. That just seems like it would be really technical. You got to be good with the tech because you would want the little trailer down at the bottom when you're watching it live together, right? Or no? I mean, I'd try it. What, you want me to react to something now? We don't want me to react to right now live. Should we do it? I'll do it right now. But y'all wouldn't be able to see what I'm seeing because I don't know how to put the little thing down there when we live. And all right. When Vicky's here. Hey, Vicky. It's such a beautiful day. You know, today is a big... Oh, see, T just said, Lord... Wait, is this the day? Is today the day they submerge the statue for good fortune? Is that today? Because I need to submerge all the statues. I don't have any of the Lord Ram. Is he only supposed to do his statue? Because I'll find some, I need some good fortune over here. I need some good fortune over here. We all need to be submerging. The world needs some good fortune these days. Yeah, Tessa does the live reaction, Mr. Carrier said, but she's got that her husband's real good at technical stuff. So he set her up with the little program and she can put that stuff. My husband don't know. Y'all see my husband. He don't know how to do all that. He don't know. He can do a lot of stuff, but he don't know how to do all the technical stuff like her husband can do. So I was like, I don't know how to do all that. She's got programs. That is fancy. She said 30 is very much here in India. Prices are very low. Endgame is about $1 on YouTube. Really? So Alana, is it the same price like Disney? So will it release to y'all? And I just wondered I know here it's going to be $29.99 push out the Disney Plus pack subscription. Is that everywhere? I don't know. I don't know if it's everywhere. You're saying it is the same there because that's Plus, when you got, because your currency and ours, like that, it makes a big difference too. You know, $30, like at some places might not seem like a lot, but $30 in other places might be outrageous. That could be like a week's or maybe a day's, pay. Could be a day's salary at some places. Just depends on the cost of living and stuff there. See, I'm still caught. What? I feel like something's just scratching at my throat. I don't think I got the Ronas. Oh wait, T just said, after a long case in Supreme Court for more than two decades, 20 years on Ram Temple, or last year's case on the favor of the Ram Temple because Lord Ram was Prince. Today's construction of Ram Temple has started, but the big news today is 5th of August, Lord Ram pictures will be displayed on Billboard Times Square, New York. So I'm trying to figure this out, Tejas. They had a case for 2 decades, right, that it lasted on the Ram Temple. So they had to, so I don't know what that was about. It was about the Ram Temple and then the mosque. It was between those two. So for 2 decades, people were fighting something between those two. And then it went to the Ram. I still don't understand what they were arguing about or like debating between the two. Were they going to do construction on one or the other? They wanted to do construction on the temple or there, and people were like, it should be the mosque or the temple. And it finally came to the temple, the Ram Temple. Is that what that is? I still don't understand what the case was about, but it'll be displayed. So because today, am I right? Number one, am I right? Is today the day where they submerged the statues? Number one, is today the day they submerged the statues? And is that why they're going to have the billboards up at Times Square? I want to see, this is news we don't hear here. They don't care about other countries. Like they never play other what we did. Well, it has to be big news, right? Because yesterday they had that big explosion in Beirut. Remember, yesterday that was like breaking news. So if something big and huge and something like that happens, that was pretty crazy. And then I was gonna say, I was gonna say this because we usually don't hear about anything else going on in the world hardly, unless it's like huge news, like what happened yesterday in Beirut, right? Well, yesterday, I don't know if everybody was, talking online and on social media that they had this big interview with Trump. I watched it last night. It was on HBO Access with the Jonathan guy. See how I'm still coughing? I think just because I'm talking a lot. Maybe I'm not used to talking. Am I loud? Maybe I need to not be so loud. Anyway, they had the interview with Trump and it was on Access and it was if y'all haven't seen it, go look it up. It's AXIOS was the show name, and it's the Trump interview with him. And I watched it last night. But this is what I was surprised about, because Trump brought up the skirmish with China and India on the India border and talked about how to kill the Indian people. And I was like, look at Trump knowing talking about it and bringing it to the attention. Nobody cared about it. I didn't hear it on, oh yeah, he talked about that. But I did. I was like, oh yeah, I know about that, Trump. You tell him. Like, bring it to, because I feel like a lot of times our media just wants to focus what's in the country, and they just want to keep we hear how many stories about coronavirus. Yes, we know it's getting bad, and it's important, but I want to know about other countries. Like, I feel like the media, they should tell us what's going on in other countries. There ain't no channel you can find. I got to always go to my internet to find that. Go to YouTube or not YouTube or Twitter and search the hashtags to see what's trending. And that's where I keep up with a lot of my news around the world is the internet, because our news stations don't play that stuff. So I was happy when he brought that up. So I was like, I got to share that tomorrow. All right, where am I at? Still caught. Look, and I don't feel like I'm sick. I feel like I got something like stuck in my throat. Alicia over on my TikTok is saying, hi, Alicia, I'm doing good. Hi, Mr. said, what did it say? Lord Ram is a Hindu god. Story is known as Ram. I've reacted on it, right? That's when I've reacted on the whole custom of them submerging the statue and all that. That's the same thing, right? Ramayan. And they bring it on the streets and they carry this big statue and then they submerge it in the water. And first I was like, why are they, like, I was confused. I was like, why did they doing all that? But it brings fortune. That's why I said, we all need to do this. We all need some fortune. Alana said, I'm right. Things are not going to clear up until I know. I mean, let me tell y'all, my dad, some of y'all have seen my dad. He came. Remember, he like popped in the one day when I was doing a live with my husband and y'all seen him. He's got like the long gray hair. He looks kind of like a hippie, right? And if you know hippies, like that was a term in the 70s, and he was where they were like they were protesting against the Vietnam War and about peace and all that. Well, now he wants to be a hippie, but he's a Republican. And we fight about politics all the time. Oh, we fight about, well, not fight, but just disagree about politics, because he has this Republican view. Oh, he voted for Trump last time. And I still think he's going to vote for him again. I hope not. I keep trying to, like last night when they had that Trump interview, I was like, Dad, watch it. Because a lot of people just vote. They don't pay attention to what actually says and does and all that stuff. I'm like, you need to watch this. And I told him, I said, the number one thing, like, because he was like, oh, Biden, that's exactly what it goes for. Because and I agree, Biden ain't I'm mad about that choice too, but it ain't Trump, I'm like, it's people like, oh, it's the better of two evils. I'm like, yeah, but maybe when the one evil is up here and the other evil is just normal evil, but I'm like, one thing that is, I feel like he will help is actually controlling this virus, because Trump is only making it worse. And the people he has in office are making it worse. And he puts his family and all this stuff on the task force to take care of it. And they don't know nothing. And then last week they had a news story about his son-in-law that came out. Like they did this whole story that they found that the son-in-law, which when this pandemic first started, he made this whole little combat task force, and there was not like one doctor on this little task to help combat. It was led by his son-in-law, had his daughter on it, and all these billionaires and businessmen. I'm like, not one scientist, but they did a story on it because that was like announced right when it happened, and then you didn't hear nothing. But they said like they got together, make this plan, and never went through with the plan. The reason, this is what they speculated. The reason, they said, is because the pandemic, the virus, was hitting all the cities and states that were Democrats. They said that's the reason. They're like, well, it's really just affecting the Democratic states and the Democratic cities. So they kind of just like let it go. And now it's affecting everywhere. It's not, that was the story that broke. And they had some evidence of things that they bought and tests that they bought to send to these places and never did. Anyway, yes, this ain't going to get better until he's gone. And anyone who disagrees is wrong. They're wrong. Trillion Gaiman says hi. Oh, look, I'm confident now. My nose is running. Oh, I'm getting nervous. Oh, Pia Modi went on a special place after 28 years because many that he took a pledge before he will go on there at the time of the temple's new foundation day, and he did this. Sadat said, now my channel is getting boring. Okay, well, why is it boring, you think? You don't like to hear me talk? Because that's what I like to do. Hi, Rahu. Baby Pennywise is kind of cute until he Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I'm going to get bad dreams. You should upload your reactions on a daily basis. Listen, Sidhan, I agree with you. I need 100%. 100%. You're right. I need daily reactions every day to do it. It's just, it's tough. And this is the difference. Like a lot of these YouTubers, they do, but that's all they do is YouTube. I also have like a website that I gotta, and I don't make no money on YouTube. Oh, let me tell you, I was talking to my friend Tessa yesterday about YouTube because we would do reactions, right? And sometimes we do it, they'll have a copyright claim right on it. Well, she did one yesterday for that new, it's like the Ratchet movie, something like that, Ratchet. And she got claims right away, music claims, all this. So we were talking about how it's hard to focus on YouTube, especially when we have our site we write on and things like that. That it's hard to, because like first of all, we do something, it gets claimed, it's frustrating, get claimed right away and all this stuff. But also like, I don't make, so I like, when you don't make money on YouTube and then you have a site where you make money on, that is like your number one. Like, I'm like, I got to do my site first because that's my job. That's where I make money. YouTube's like my hobby, right? That's how I kind of have to look at it. My site's my number one place. That's where I put my articles, like do my movie stuff, reviews. That's my number one place because that's where I make money. The YouTube's my hobby. So if YouTube was my only thing and that's where I made money and everything, that would be like, I could every day go and put new reactions every day and stuff. But when it comes in second, and I'm sorry it does, even though I love going on YouTube way more than writing on my site. Oh, this would be my number one. This is my favorite thing. That's why I don't give it up. Even though it's like my second thing, my hobby, that's why I don't give it up because this is what I like doing. But it's hard to fit it in if it ain't making money and you need money, you know? Look at, I need a throat lozenger. I don't know why I'm doing this. I better not be getting sick. What did teachers say? In Hindu mythology, there are three main gods: Lord Shiv, Lord Vishnu, and Lord, I can't even say, Brahman. The three are not God, but beyond God. Oh, known as that. So the three together is known as that Pramata in Sanskrit language. There are no words for in English, okay? Vanish has my thoughts on quantum physics. You trying to, is Vanish trying to be funny? Vanish, you trying to be funny? I'm so pleased, feeling a completion of list's biggest work today. Oh, I bet. Vicky. Lord Ram is the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu and the three main gods. See, all this is that, wait, does this, remember, because I know there's a statue with all the hands. Is that one of them, teaches? I feel like this could be like a whole course if just this little bit you're telling me. I feel like you could take a whole course on this. I bet people do. I mean, I guess it's called theology, right? Why didn't I get notifications about, I know, Anaran, that's what I'm saying. YouTube's messed up today. It didn't. I was sitting here, me and Mr. Carious by ourselves for like 5-10 minutes just chatting. No notifications. I knew something was up. YouTube's definitely having glitches. I know this trailer was a year ago, but I think you would find it funny if we react to it, Ready or Not. Is that the movie when they had the girl and it was like her wedding day and then she had to like, they were hunting her down and she had to like survive or I think I know that movie, Mr. K. I watched some of it. Oh, Vanish don't like that they're building these temples. Vanish said they're gone mad because they're building the temple during a pandemic. I can see that. I can see that being a problem. Hi, Twisted Nerve. Oh, Tess is here. I wonder when she got here. I've been just chatting, not even looking at my comments. No, there's one time for 1 month that the immersion, there is time 1 month for that immersion. Oh, wait, it ain't the immersion time yet, T just said. It ain't the immersion. They don't do that today. Teachers, you let me know. Because we need to band together in this immersion stuff to bring good fortune everywhere. You let me know, Tejas. Vicky, no, not the day of submerging statues. The normal thing every year. we're talking about another matter that's a big, oh, okay. See, I thought it was today. Alanya, this temple matter is very complex and long too. I don't understand. Oh, even Alanya don't understand it, but it's a very big day for Indian culture. Retta wants a shout out. Hi, Red. R-E-T-A-J. Gotcha. The Supreme Court also ordered the mosque in another place nearby. So that's what it's all about. It was about building this mosque in the temples. Neha said, hey, Amanda, today. No, I'm not Neha. Usually I never. If I'm in the house, they ain't got no bras on. They're uncomfortable. That's why y'all see me from like here up. Victory in religious politics. I heard it, Twisted. Vicky, our God Rams temple matter. The 3 decades now, finally it solved. The country's lover nationalist won. What are the two? So I know India is also one of the biggest democratic, countries. Like we're a Democrat, but they're the largest democratic country. And like us, we have the Republican and Democrats, and then you have like the Independent Party and all these. So Vicky mentioned nationalists. So is that like one of the political parties between? So is it nationalists, and what's like the other parties? Is there like two? Like we have two big ones, a Republican and Democrat. And also, what I want to know, is this bothering you? I'm gonna have to end it early. I keep coughing. It's bothering me. But what I also want to know now, if nationalist is one of the parties, and there's like many, where would that fall like compared to ours? Like Democrat is more liberal, right? The more liberal party. And they say the Republicans, the more conservative party. They call it like liberal, Democrat, like progressive, liberal, the Democrat, liberal, progressive, where the Republicans conservative and don't want change and, that kind of stuff. So I want to know that like with the two, if there is, or maybe there's multiple, maybe there's more than one, two, like we have, what they are. So I'm thinking nationalist is one of them. And where would it fall? Would it be like nationalist, more Democrat, Republican? I'm just interested, because we don't know nothing about this. You should read about the politics behind it. Listen, Twisted, I'm going to have to, next week when I come on, I'm going to know all this stuff. Holy City. So there is a fight between Hindu and Muslim. Oh, the temple asked, but the court favored. Oh, I see. Because it had to do with the two religions in the temple. Oh, I see. Please don't have, I don't think I got it. I was feeling fine, but it's like I'm talking and I keep just coughing. And I got my coffee. Hopefully that's soothing now, but I don't think I got any kind of lozenges or I better not be sick. The cases here, it's scary. Like they're going up so much. Like when I went out, I just wore a face mask usually if I went to the store and stuff. Oh, now I got me the face mask, but I ain't playing around because, Dr. Fauci and the Dr. Birx and all them came out and they said you should wear goggles too, which makes sense because I'm like, if it's floating in the air, the virus floats in the air with the droplets and it gets your mucous membrane like your eye, you can get infected that way. So now I got me a little face shield. I was like, I don't play around with this. I got a face shield on with my mask. If I go out, I'm going to be protected. But I keep coughing. And that's what I worry about. As much as I keep trying to keep protected, my husband works in a hospital. So the chances he can be exposed are pretty high and it's scary, All right. Where am I at? I always have Tessa, but if you were to die, he said, I know I always have Tessa. Like, you're like, all right, at least I have one of y'all. Twisted nerve, vanish, truer words have never been said. Oh, see, y'all got disagreements. See, I'm seeing the politicalness right here, the disagreements in the Indian politics right here. Some of them don't like it. Some of them think it's a great day. See? Don't y'all start fighting like with the politics here. I don't want to see no fighting about it. The only fighting is if a Republican comes in that loves Trump. That's the only fighting I approve. That's the only fighting. You reacted to submerge. Oh, okay, 3 million plus. Oh, that's what I'm seeing. Because I thought it was that you was talking about. I thought it's very see it, and it is. That's what I said. This is complicated. I thought that's was the Lord Ganesh Day. I still haven't trying to figure out what is a big, what today is with the different ones, like you said, and it's three gods that are like one. I'm still confused. I ain't gonna lie. I still not sure. I can't. You just explained it. Like T just explained it to me. I still can't even repeat it. I'm confused about it. Please read the messages completely. Vicky, I try. Vicky, but sometimes Vicky, sometimes you're missing words. I get confused too here. Ramayan is a story of Lord Ram. And what you're talking about is called, Ganesh. I knew that was it, the Ganesh festival. That starts on the 22nd, so this is something totally different. Well, I do need to check this out. What video should I watch on this? After the 10th day, the Ganesh statue will be submerged in water. So it starts but it won't be till like September when they submerge that. Corona vaccines are going to be invented in India. I mean, I think all over they're working on it, right? They're even doing like testing here already. They had articles out you can go volunteer to be one of the people tested with it here. So they're doing a lot. I think everywhere around the world. This is the number one thing scientists are working on right now. I'm going to tell you that. Scientists around the world, number one thing they're working on is this vaccine for corona. Manish, if India is not secular, then India is not India. I don't know what that is, Anaran. I don't know if you've seen or not. I sent you a song that would help you learn. See, I didn't see it. It's on Facebook. I'll look. I can't even talk today. It's because of my throat. I'm blaming my throat. About the festival, please check it out. Carrie Mata. I can imagine Donald Trump playing a part in that movie, Ready or Not. Is he one of the hunted or the hunting, Mr. Aquarius? Yeah, but look, y'all are already getting on it, aren't y'all? Are y'all arguing about the politics? If daily upload like 3 days a week and don't upload multiple videos in one day. If you want to watch Ramen, you can watch it on YouTube. It's an animated and English language. Oh, okay. I actually make videos on YouTube. I'm barely having. Oh, Mr. Carius. I'll have to go check him out. Remind me, Mr. Carius. Raja P was liked by all and more capable. See, I don't know what they talking about. They talking about Anaran and Vanish's talking about some politics here. They're talking the Modi camp. Oh, they talking about so is a Modi, who's the nationalist? Is Modi, that's a nationalist? See, I don't know. Y'all didn't explain this. Maybe it is. Maybe I'll have to go back. I'm catching up on comments. Let me see. The statue submerged, you're talking about happens only in the state of India, not the whole. Oh, no, it's only in one place. Not the whole India, Vicky said. Don't worry, your cough and runny nose is not corona. It's normal. Not all right. I don't think I got coronas. But every time I cough or anything, or my husband cough, or the kids, I'm like, it makes you like a cough nowadays has you stopping in your tracks. Like if someone out in public cough, or I'm even nervous to cough in public. If I feel something, I'll try to hold it. I'll be like veins popping in my head. Like you don't want to be marked as the corona person. I've already had, didn't I tell you the story? I already had the police called on me when the corona's everything first shut down. I was shopping in Sam's. I might have told y'all the story. I had my mask. I was the only one at the time wearing masks. They were like, oh, you don't need a mask. I was like, I'm a scientist. Listen, this is a respiratory virus. So it's common sense. I'm putting a mask on. Oh, no, you ain't telling me. So I had my mask on up in one of the only ones. And then the police came and they kept walking by me. And I was like, because that's when they had the paper, the toilet paper shortages. And I was like, oh, they guarding this area, because I was by the toilet paper. I'm like, they really got. They walked by me a couple times. Then I hear on the radio that about the customer with corona with the mask on, and I was like, they called the police on me because I got my mask and they think I have coronas. So I was already scarred when that happened, and now I go in public and I need to cough, and I'm all nervous. India is not a democracy. See, I thought it was that India's not. Y'all don't. Now I'm even more confused. It is a majority country which holds elections every 5 years and elects same. Oh, you're saying, well, that's, you can say America is not a democracy too. Why? Because what do we get? We get choices between two people. Like that's the right with democracy. We have one or the other choice. The which one you gonna pick? The lesser two evils. So it's kind of like the same thing here, you know. I gotta know that vegetables are expensive. And what's the price of ginger? I don't even buy ginger. I don't even buy it. But I know, like, we don't really, I never buy ginger. I never do. We don't use it much in like the recipes we make. But, you know, fruit, I buy a lot of fruit. I love fruit. Vegetables, I'm picky. And I got my little garden. So I don't even have to buy vegetables that much anymore because I grow my vegetables and stuff. But fruit can be expensive. Like we have berries. One of the most expensive that I love and buy because I love it is blackberries. And you can get a little container like this of blackberries, and it's like $5. Now my parents, you know, they live on a lot of property and they have a garden and they have whole blackberry bushes, and we go pick them. With stick, you get stuck, and snakes can be in there and stuff. But we pick them just because the price of them compared, like we'll pick a big old thing of it, and just because it's so expensive to buy. Strawberries too, you can buy a thing of strawberries like this that's like $4 or something like that. So I know at least for fruit, vegetables. What I said, I grow a lot though. We get lettuce, carrots. I think things like ginger would be more expensive, like you said, because we don't buy it as much and it's harder to find because it's not as, people don't buy it as much, you know? I have no idea how much ginger is. So does anybody know what the price of ginger is? I don't even have a guess. This is not good. Congress is the liberal and BJP is conservative. So what about the nationalists? Where does that fall in? Vicky meant me up. Oh, okay. So nationalists is the BJP party. They're conservative, which is right-wing Hindu nationalists. I got it. Conservative party. Main opposition is the Congress party. I mean, I don't know the policies, but if it's more conservative, the BJP and the Congress is more liberal. I mean, I'm more liberal. So I would probably, but I don't know all the politics there. So I don't think you probably can't really compare that much, right? No, not a political party, nationalists. I mean, the people who love our country. Oh, okay. And culture and want to save our country from wrong things and even from politics who made the country worse before. You are scaring me too, Amanda B. I know, I keep coughing and it just started. Like since I was talking, I think it's just I got something caught in my throat, or I'm going to get some honey. See? Oh, now y'all scaring me. Now y'all worrying. Y'all think something wrong. Oh, you got me worrying now. Because I keep coughing the more I'm talking. I need a lozenge. I don't feel sick. And I don't feel like that kind of cough. I feel like it's just cough. It feels like something's just in my throat. But look, y'all got me nervous. What's happening over here? Nobody on my TikTok talks. And then when I missed a day on TikTok, wasn't somebody in here last week? They're like, you're not on TikTok. And I was like, I forget about TikTok because nobody over there talks. Tea, just honey, add crushed black pepper and ginger. See, when I could never, we wouldn't be able to find ginger juice here. They don't sell ginger juice. Ginger's a big thing there. They don't sell that here. I remember though, ginger, when I was pregnant, I would get sick, right? Oh, I would get so sick when I was pregnant, the morning sickness and stuff. And I did have to go online on Amazon and buy because they were like ginger helps, and they had these things like lollipops you suck on that's ginger because it helps with the nausea. That's really the only time. And I had to go online on Amazon and search it. I couldn't find that in the stores. I said the matter was there 3 decades because of the mosque destruction. Oh, they had destruction, but actually this matter was for 500 years. The Hindus won. Don't, Mr. Carius, don't you cry. He said he's going to cry. Don't even say I'm going to die. Don't say this, Mr. Carius. 40,000 Indians are dead and still counting, but temple is important. That's what Vanesh said. Don't look. I'm just reading comments. I don't know nothing about this. Y'all have some different opinions on it, though. Is it based, though? Because as we have said, is it based mostly on religion? That's what I'm feeling like. Or the difference with this mosque, it's not even politics. Is it mostly like religion, Hindu, and because it's the Holy Land? That's just how I'm feeling from when I'm reading. Stay safe. Twisted nerve. Thank you. Seth, Massive Willie. Hello, Derav. Hey, y'all. Hi, host. What's the chat about? Authentic Max. We're just chatting about anything. I'm just reading comments right now. K-Burn, I was just talking about that because look at him. I'm on my TikTok. I'm on TikTok now. Nobody's talking over, but K-Burn knows nobody likes to talk on my TikTok. They're quiet over there. They come in, they just watch. They quiet over on TikTok. I'm from India. Can you please react to Pinky? What is Pinky? Is that a song? This time I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm going to talk about something a little more personal. Oh, Mr. Carius. What you going to talk about over here, personal? I don't know. Do we want to know this? Servat said, lots of love from India, missing your Bollywood reactions. Hi, Servat. The Oxford University corona vaccine is going to be the first vaccine, but India will mass produce they're mass producing no matter what country invents it. Only India mass produces vaccines. Got you. Please react to it's Peak. Oh, she's in the Pinky? I think I heard of that before. Is it a song? I remember that her being, the Chopra being with the Pinky. I don't remember what it was though. Hi, Amanda. Lots of love from Chania, India. Am I saying that right? I have a long list of Bollywood videos to react to. Are you on Facebook, Servats? Because I got that group and I go and look at it often. I know people are like, I put a request in your group and you haven't reacted. I know. They get mad at me. Don't get mad at me if I don't do it, though. I appreciate the request and I try. And sometimes I'm like, really look. I'm like, oh, what am I going to react to today? I go look at my request. But I'll get a lot and they get mad if I don't do it. Lord Ganesh is the son of Lord, one of the 3. Okay. Siva cut Ganesh's head. Oh. The elephant's head was fixed on Ganesh to make him alive because Ganesh's mom was angry. Oh, do they have any movies about this, teachers? Because I love my movies and the history based on the truth. Do they have any movies about this whole? Because they cut the head off and then they placed this seems interesting. Here's the story. When I was a kid, I always held on to the hope that people would one day understand one another. This is going to make me cry. You know how Okay. But my family always told me when someone hits you, you hit back. Okay, now I'm not going to cry. But to me, that's the dilemma. Put a clove in your mouth. Oh, okay, I'll have to try that one. Please see my I see him. Thank you. Mr. Carius goes on. And as far as I'm personally concerned, as long as that mentality exists, I do truly believe that people will ever truly understand each other one day. This is deep, Mr. Carius. I'm liking it. Miss T just don't like politics. Hi, Pranab. No, it's not easy. Congress has a dark and corrupt past. That's why a lot of people voted for Modi. And also Congress PM candidate is passed. Amanda, TikTok is banned in India. I know it. And they talked about having it banned here. Oh, Mr. Karras is going on. I'm into this story, Mr. As long as they don't get mad, get even concept, as long as the don't get mad, get even concept exists, people will never understand each other. When I was young, I always dreamed of that day coming. It's true. Don't make me cry, Mr. Karras. Ginger's black pepper are very expensive in West because they're not local and their veggies are herbs. Yeah, black pepper is kind of up there. Fun fact, BJP is political wing of the RSS, and RSS is inspired by Nazi and Hitler. Oh! Are you just, Vanessa, are you being, is these bold political statements? Because they're not agreeing with you, and that's a big statement right there. Let's see, Anaron, yes, Ram Tipple is very religious, and BJP made it political. See, okay, so it was like a religious thing that got political. Vicky, yeah, I told you, who are the problem here? It's the religion's the problem. I haven't reacted to Ratchet. I think it's that, yeah, that's Sarah. She's from American Horror Story. I haven't reacted to it. I saw it drop yesterday. Why am I getting down? I think Mr. Karras first. I know that's a good story, but it hit me because Mr. Karras talks about that, but then I'm seeing just even all the debates with the mosque and the temple, and it's making me sad because y'all aren't agreeing and fighting. This is the thing. Look, Mr. Karras has it. At least here. I'm going to talk about here because I'm not 100%, like, I only live here. I see what's happening here, but I like to use it to, maybe it's the same where you are, you know? And this is why it brings me down, because right now, everything is made so political, right? Like, and that's what Vicky said, then that's what had me thinking about this, you know, it's a religious thing that's been made political. Well, here, seems like everything is made political. The virus is made political. Wearing a mask is made political, you know? Common decency is made political. Like yesterday, so in my state, we had our primary elections. It happens in different states. Like we all do the big election in November for the president and that stuff. It's election day. But the states have their own little elections to pick like their candidates and to pass different, you know, legislation amendments. And yesterday in my state, we voted to pick our candidates for the November election, but also some amendments, right? And one of the amendment that we voted for was a yes on Amendment 2. And this is to expand Medicaid. Medicaid is like the government health insurance, government health care, I guess you can say. Like many places have everybody gets health care, right? Canada, everybody gets health care and stuff. Well, that's not here. But if you are, you know, extremely poor, you can get on Medicaid, which is the government health care. And that's when they say extremely poor. So what we had here in Missouri, if you made $8,000 a year, this is a year or less, you can get the government Medicaid, right? The Medicaid, the government health care, you know. Well, $8,000 a year. I mean, that's less than $1,000. So where's my calculator? Because you know I can't do this in my head. How many weeks in a year? 52, right? Is there 52? So 8,000 divided by 52, that is $150 a week. That's making, so you have to make $150 a week, which you can't, first of all, that's barely, I can go to the grocery for the week and spend $200 easily, and that's not even getting everything I need. And that's for my family of four, right? So $150 a week living here, you can't survive. You can't survive on that. You can't. You must be. So anyway, that's what it said. If you make $8,000 or less, you can have the Medicaid. But we had a thing yesterday to vote on it, that they wanted to raise that amount to $18,000. If you make $18,000 a year or below, you can get on that. So it's It's covering the people from like 8,000 to 18,000. Still, where's my calculator? Still 18,000. Where's the, I shouldn't even put my calculator because I can't do these figures in my head. 18,000 divided by 52. That's like what? 300 and something a week, which I mean is twice as much, but it's still not much. And let me tell you, if you're, a lot of these jobs, especially minimum wage jobs, they don't offer health care. So you have to pay out of pocket. Most of these insurance companies charge, I would say the least amount you can find something is like 300 to get insurance for health care. So people making 18,000 a year and less, if they're not, or between the 8,000 and 18,000, really didn't have health care at all. So I've heard stories, that the people and this is happening during a pandemic, right? So where these people not having health care during a pandemic, getting sick, that's why they say a lot of people are dying in homes because they're not going to hospitals because, hospitals will take you. They can't refuse you. If you're sick, they'll have to take you. But what happens is they take you, they rack up these medical bills to treat you, which, that's what you need. And people end up going bankrupt because they can't afford to even pay them off at the end, So yesterday they had like a thing to raise it to 18,000 and you can get on Medicaid if you're 18,000 and below. And I voted, of course, yes on it, but it was a close race, right? Like it was 51% voted yes and 49% voted no. And it's because they make just everything political, things that I believe are human rights. I believe that healthcare, taking care of someone if you're sick and dying, I believe it's a right and it's not a privilege you should have. I don't believe just if you're wealthy that you can live, just if you have enough money, you can be treated and sick and then live and have them save your life. No, I believe that, I'm with Canada. I believe there should be a universal health care. But people was there arguing with, in the comments of this, that, get a job, work more jobs, da da da. And I'm like, why are people getting so angry at how they made this political and they put each other against each other, right? The politics, they want to make it more of like Democrats and Republicans or people that are middle class or wealthier against the poor people. And they want to call them lazy. And they say, you're just lazy. And that's why you want to live off the government. But I'm like, no, first of all, you can't find jobs now in this pandemic. The unemployment's high, that people are losing their jobs. They're losing their jobs. If they lose their job, then they're losing their health care in a pandemic. Then they don't want to go to the hospitals because they'll have to go bankrupt, probably lose their house and all this stuff. And you're fighting with them because they shouldn't vote yes on this instead of being, so we're pitted up against each other on these issues instead of being angry at the whole system that this isn't right. It's these people that are making us fight with each other and making everything political so we can fight each other instead of looking at the real problems, and that is things they need to change, So look at me, I'm getting all. But that's just what I just don't want to see. And that's what it comes back to, y'all make it with this. I said that to Tim, I don't understand it. And when it comes to religion things, I know it can get even more difficult when it comes to religion and politics, right? But I just don't want to see y'all fighting over stuff like this and be pitted against each other when we need to, times like this is when we need to unite the most, I just don't like seeing it. That was the point of my story. It was a long story. Mr. Carius got me a little passionate about it with him and his, but the whole thing, you don't want to get revenge if someone does you wrong. I'm with you, Mr. Carius. And it's hard because if someone makes me mad or I don't believe in it, or just, it's hard for me. I say this, but don't think on the other side that when I see, someone not wearing a mask and making all these, or the healthcare, I get angry at them, or the people fighting that are saying, they're lazy and we don't need those people, they should get a job. And they're basically saying, they just need to die then if they don't have health care. We shouldn't have to pay for it. That's what we shouldn't have to pay for it. So I'm wrong with it too, because I get mad at the people that say that just as much when and I'll fight with them and argue and stuff But when I know that's what they're doing is pitting us up. So I know it's hard. It's when I know it's hard. But we're not going to get anywhere in the world if we keep fighting each other about this stuff. We need to unite and fight the real problems that are bigger up. The system that created this, you know? I got on a rant. Where am I at? I need a cat warning. Do not react to Batman versus Ronald McDonald. You're so. Oh, thank you. Said I'm sweet. Let me go because I know I'm far behind now after all that. I know I'm far. Let me catch up. Are you following the case? There's so much justice to. No, I haven't heard much about his case recently. I know they said something. Last I heard was something with the girlfriend involved or something like that. We have animated movies, India Gods. I used to watch. Oh, they have also their animated movies about this. And you can find the animated movies in English. I have to look. Rams Temple is exactly as valuable as the Vatican's in the church. Okay. And is it Vatican City? And I gotcha. GID equals God. Okay. Yes, Indian mythology is very deep rooted, very complicated. A lot of Indians don't understand it completely. See, and y'all think I should. I'm trying, but it is complicated. Just from what y'all telling me, I'm not getting it. It's hard. I'm gonna have to watch these cartoons because I'm sure they'll simplify it if they're made for the kids compared to the Greek mythology a lot of times. China is pronounced Chaine. That's it, Chaine. I say that right? Promise you not in the same Ronald McDonald I grew up with as a kid. In fact, as a kid, Ronald McDonald, the only clown I wasn't afraid of. I know, because he gave us delicious fries. You know, McDonald's has the best fries anywhere. You can go to any restaurant, any fast food place, any of that. McDonald's is number one, the best fries you can find. Hands down, nobody can. You can't argue with me of that. But nobody made me believe otherwise. McDonald's best fries anywhere. I even tried, I found a recipe to kind of recreate them and what they do. And they do a whole process. They soak them in this sucrose syrup, and they have a big process. But it still didn't even, it still didn't even turn out like my McDonald's fries. It was it was closer than your normal. But I was like, they have some kind of secret sauce in those fries. They do. Oh, I didn't even, Sonic's over there and my TikTok saying hi. And Thomas, hi. RSS has a dark past, and the main leader talked about Hitler and Nazis. Remind me of Hitler, Nazis. Some supporters in India said they were against British. I'm a class 12th, and your video helped me feel better. I'm in class, the 12th grade, and your video helped me feel better after studying a lot. You are so sweet, and you make people feel better and happy. Love you. Hope you and your family is safe and healthy. Oh, so class like 12th year, that's like a senior in high school here. Sending you back my love. And look, I hope I didn't make, because I got into a little rant. I hope I still make you happy because I got in a rant there, didn't I? Hello, Devon Shoe. You need Shuratala here as the calculation is too big. She is a human computer. Oh, yeah. Look, I can't even, I feel like the older I get, I can't even do simple math in my head anymore. And I used to be able to I was like a math whiz, and I'm still pretty good at numbers, but like, then I'm like, what? Let me get my calculator. We come to depend. Like I used to be able to remember phone numbers, and now I don't because like the numbers, we become lazy. Our brains do. They're just in our phone. We don't have to use those muscles anymore, right? Basic healthcare is supposed to be a birthright. I believe it. Indian women, Sharat Devi was known as the human computer before she used to give answers of difficult math problems in seconds. She has a world record. She gave what? And 13-digit number. Oh, yeah, I do need her. Do you know about, the medical tourism in India, by which you can come here for any treatment and stay and go to your country again in just $20,000 to $40,000. Oh, I didn't know they did that. U.S. lost a golden opportunity to elect a leader like Bernie Sanders. That Vanish, that's how Trump got in office, number one. Is because they really screwed up the Democratic Party, put Hillary Clinton in, and was like corrupt about it. Like they did some stuff to put her in, corrupt about it, when they knew the people wanted Bernie Sanders. Me, I'm Bernie all the way. They knew that's how Trump got in office, because that's who should have been in there, and made so many people upset and stuff. They were like, well, I'm not voting. And that's how he got in office. That's what happened. I mean, yeah, Vinesh, I agree. I am always a Bernie supporter. Have been. I went to his rallies. I took the kids to his rallies. We had T-shirts. I love Bernie. Vinesh, 100%. Please react. Oh, you love him with some Pinky. I'm gonna have to check that out. I will. Just a movie on Sandeli released a week ago. I watched the old videos on YouTube. She was inspirational. You should watch it. It's in English. She died, and yeah, let me write this name down. Shakuntala Devi. I'm gonna have to write that down. Check it out. Rishi, hi. Do you know Aeroplane first made and filmed in India? When there was a British rule here, Brits got news and stole the design and everything from that India guy who made it with. Many old documentaries are made from India mythology because it's interesting. It's just complicated, but it's interesting. Salman Khan and Katrina Kaif Tiger through Rishi, he's dropping his, that's my Rishi right there. He comes in and drops his stuff. He drops his stuff. Shantu's girlfriend and her family went missing. What? Shashank's girlfriend, and I did not hear about this. Oh, it gets deeper and deeper, doesn't it? I did not know. Their family went missing? This is some crazy stuff going on with that. I know it's Vatican City. This statement is very oversimplification, but this temple is going to be a big deal when it's done. I see, like it's like building this temple in Vatican City when it's the opposite religion. Is that what you're saying? So it's like one religion, but it's in a holy city of the opposite religion, and they're putting it in there. So that's why it's such a big thing. I think I got it. I could be wrong. I'm could be totally wrong, but I think that's what y'all are trying to explain to me. Indian educational system got changed fully now. Are they all virtual? Because it ain't here. The mosque was deconstructed in 1992 December when it was hit, 2 years old, and now I'm 29. I am so fortunate that I'm watching these historical things in time. I feel the same way about things, but then there's some things I'm like, I wish I wasn't experiencing this. Because I think what the world is experiencing now is very historic. It will go down in the history books, but I don't like that I'm living through it. I don't. You probably won't ever, but I think you should, whether you do reactions or not, do this. Watch Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, because Naruto came up with an answer to break the cycle of hatred. Oh, that's what we need. It breaks my heart. It makes me so sad just to see people fighting and then hatred towards each other for whatever. Look at here for the color of your skin, the hatred now it's hatred by your political party, the hatred for religions. Like it's just, if only we could, Mr. Carrot, get rid of that, the cycle of hatred. I mean, that would save. Wouldn't that save just so many of the world's problems? It would. Anything you can think of, like I said, healthcare. It's because like the rich people want to pit and make the poor people and the middle class people hate the poor because they think they're getting something. It's makes me sad. Ashwar's father-in-law, he got discharged. Her husband's still in the hospital. Well, I know last week you told me her and the daughter got discharged. Now the father-in-law, the husband's still in the hospital. I would have thought, because they say the older people are affected most by it. Well, I hope he's all right. It's scary. I looked yesterday, like I follow the world counts, but mostly I look in the US because ours is where it's just crazy numbers. And consistently the last week and a half, daily deaths, daily 1,400 people, over 1,000 daily deaths, over 1,000 people a day. That just is crazy to me. Over 1,000 people a day are still dying of this corona, and they still have people that want to say, "Oh, it ain't that bad, and it's like the flu, and it's a hoax, and all this stuff." And I'm like, how are they not? And this past week, I knew people that have died from it. Oh, it's a story. I don't want to be sad today. I'm already got in my rants and stuff about that, but I know a girl whose mom passed away last week from it. And it was sad. I mean, the mom was old. I mean, that's the underlying condition, she had her underlying condition of being in her 70s, she was like 72 and stuff. And she was at a nursing home, what they say that's where the highest cases of death and stuff. But the girl's mom was in a nursing home in her 70s. For 3 months, she couldn't go there, like no visitors. She hasn't had any physical contact with mom for 3 months. Then they said she got the COVID, the mom did. They put in an ambulance and sent her to the hospital. And the hospital is like, if they got COVID, they can't have visitors either. So the girls couldn't see her mom for 3 months. Finally saw her, was able to touch her hand as she was going into ambulance, and she went to the hospital and died. Oh, I was crying when I heard this. My friend, this happened to, because I'm like, you were stayed away from mom for 3 months, no contact, and then she passes away still from it, and you couldn't be there. It's heartbreaking, the stuff that's going on. It's heartbreaking, and people just aren't serious about it and want to act like it ain't a big deal, and people are dying. And why am I getting up? This is supposed to be happy time. I'm getting all ranting, and I'm getting all sad. Where am I at? I know. Renu's here. It's edit name. You changed your name. It was easier to say before. Estevan. I got that one right. You helped me feel better. Thank you so much. Your live sessions now. I'm leaving again because I have to go study. But thank you for the nice compliment. No new education policy 2020 must need to change in the education system. Google it if you're interested. It's long and very detailed. Lord Rams is like Vatican City. Loris Rams, I don't know, is like Vatican City, and the temple is going to be built in the church in Vatican City. It's highest holy place ever Hollywood for every Hindu. Bollywood therapy. Hi, man. It's been a while since I attended. It's Ritu. I started a channel, and I'm going to react to lots of Maduri stuff. Oh, Bollywood therapy. I'm excited. I like seeing people when they start new channels. Shashank's girlfriend changed every servant of Shashank's, also his gym trainer, cook, all. Her mom used to do black magic. Oh, her father, what? Prescribed medicines. Oh, this is getting crazier. This story's they're going to have to do a movie on this. Amanda, I recommend subscribing to Dysfunctional 3. I think you would like those crazy kids. I like me some crazy. That's why I got the name. My culture, there's a saying that if there are not poor people in society, the super rich would not exist. Agreed. Leo, can you give a shout out to Ben, Matt Gavin's grandfather? He is in the hospital with COVID. Definitely. I mean, I think we all will, Leo. We all send our thoughts and prayers into his grandfather in the hospital. It's a scary time, and I think that's one thing the world can agree on, is that right now the number one villain in our world is that we have to band together and is to fight this virus that's killing just so many people. React to the Tejas song. I can't say. Then you were just like me saying these names I can hardly say. It is said that Ria and her family is in hiding some big celebrity house. Also, Mumbai police is supporting them secretly. This could be a blockbuster movie, Tejas. All this stuff happening. Rishi Karish 4. Tejas, I'm sorry, but don't say black magic stuff. Are you not educated? Do you believe in black magic stuff? I think he's just describing. See, don't. I think he's just describing what, like, right? What they say that she believes. I don't think Tejas believes in it. I don't think being an Indian. Oh, you do believe in it. Oh, you believe in magic? I mean, I don't believe in magic because I tried it and it never worked for me. Like when they say the disappeared, the rabbit and all that. But I don't know if I believe in magic. I believe in miracles. I think there's a difference, right? Like miracles, I don't think it's magic. I believe like miracles happen with a higher power. Or they say like the dark power. I guess you can call that, if it's dark magic, right? Is that black magic? You say like a dark, like that's like evil spirits and things. Oh no, oh let's not talk about it. I'm gonna have nightmares because that stuff scares me too. Doom again. My boyfriend, you're right. Let's try and talk about more optimistic things. Hopefully the recommendation, I'm gonna have to check that out in the Ronald McDonald. Girlfriend, do you have some things to death? She is definitely involved. I mean, they need to do. I'm telling you right now, if they're not just trying to get some kind of blockbuster movie on this, because this is just crazy when you hear about the girlfriend and the family and they're missing and all this stuff. It's getting crazier and crazier. This. I really want to leave to make you feel better, but study important. No, you better go study. I'm be mad at you. You better go study. I'm leaving soon anyway. I've been talking hour and 20 minutes. I got to go. And I've been coughing. That's why I said I think I'm just talking so much. I've been coughing. I know, right? Real Bollywood, crazy mafia, police corruption. It's about, that's drama. If they don't make a movie out of this, they're missing out. Because this right here, you don't even have to think of the plot. They're giving you the plot. For all those who want to feel better, watch. You know I love me some Mahari. The police where Sushant's from came for the inquiry and got quarantined by the police of the state. Oh, now the home minister was gonna give an interview. The country's gonna give an interview. Oh, so they're even stopping it. Did you say Blockbuster, Amanda? When I was a kid, I used to love to go to Blockbuster. The place used to be huge, maybe because I'm small. Listen, I could, as much as I love movies, Blockbuster was like a place you can go to here. I don't know if it's world, if they had it all around. I don't know if they had it in different countries, the Blockbuster, where you can rent movies. Now everything streams. They went out of business, right? Remember Netflix? Netflix used to be a place where they would mail you movies. Like you can say, I request to rent this one, and they bring it in the mail and you put it right back. That's how Netflix started. Then they started streaming. X Factor 2021, Tejas. Don't y'all start fighting. Tell us a show you remember watching in childhood, Mr. Unknown said. Pray for Beirut. I mentioned Beirut earlier, and I did. Did y'all see that video? Oh, we're supposed to be talking about stuff, but that video with when the explosion went out, oh, that was shock. Like I jumped. Bye. Good luck on your test and studying. I am gotta wrap this up too. I'm trying to get through the comments. Make Sushant's case a political thing. We're gotta get last thing, Mr. No. This is the last thing I'm gonna answer because I gotta get going too. Something I watched in childhood, like a movie. I mean, one of my first favorite movies is the original Star Wars. I was already, even in childhood, I was like a movie nerd and stuff like that. I liked this original Star Wars. I used to watch. Do y'all heard the movie Grease? It was a musical with John Travolta, and they would, you're the one I want, you are the one I want, hoo, 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 honey. I did that hoo, 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 good, didn't I? Hoo, hoo, hoo. That was pretty good. I surprised myself with that hoo, hoo. But I used to love that movie Grease. That was probably my favorite thing to watch as a childhood. And it was like a love story, but I probably liked the music and all that. And then it was like set in the 50s, and they had that Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. Oh, I would act out. Another one when I got older as a teenager, though, I liked you remember Dirty Dancing? Patrick Swayze, and he would lift her up and they would do all those dances. Because first it was music. I was like, oh, I like the music stuff. But then later on, I got into dancing. And then I would get my little sister and we would practice the little dancing. And I would try to lift her up like Patrick Swayze did. So that was what I liked as a kid. Those were my favorite. Lizzie the movie. John Travolta is such a movie. Oh, I love. Yeah, he was probably my favorite. My first crush was the John Travolta, just because of Grease. I was like, oh, I want Danny. I was like, oh, Danny. He was probably my, now I'm not going to stop saying that. I'm going to go around all day hoo-hooing. All right, I got to wrap it up. I always enjoy talking to you all. I always do. It brightens. This is the highlight of my day. I know I did. Brilliant, Amanda. I'll watch it too. Sounds like a good movie. I mean, it's a musical. I loved it. It was, singing and dancing. I know all the songs. All right, all the songs I would know. Even they would like brush up, brush up, brush up. Da, da, da. Well, I don't know all the words, but I know at least enough to just pretend. Brush up, all right, that's all. I'm gonna go. I'll be back next week. You know I will. Until then, who was saying that I didn't put up enough videos and they're getting bored? I'll try. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna try every day, except the weekends, to at least put up one. And that was a good. Maybe I can make a bunch, but then wait to put it up. I put one up and then wait a while. I should do it like that, don't I? Because sometimes I put up like 3 in one day and then the next day none. I should wait. But some of them, like that's why I put up a couple in a day, because I'll do my Bollywood stuff. But then I also got a lump, like, new Hollywood movies trailers that I'm interested in. I also like react to that. So that's sometimes why I put up multiples a day. But I'm gonna try to be. That's all I can say is I'm gonna make an effort. An effort for you all. I love you guys. Stay safe. Love each other. Release, Mr. Carey's release the hatred. Take care of each other. Respect each other. And until next time, I love you guys. Where's my little thing? Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, I got a